Welcome back to another edition of the Commissioner's Corner with your hosts, Mass Chef, Ant-Man 89, and SC Kicker.
Yeah. Too stupid for Web3. Upland Legion. Assemble. Yeah. Rolling through the city with the neon glow, building up the future where the digital streets flow. Mass Chef got the recipe, vision in sight. Too stupid to win, dropping knowledge every night. Shaq Dillon bring the spark, straight facts in the zone. Coach Funk on the rise, AGF holding strong from the block to the metaverse. We creating our lane on the land, build a dream, leave a legacy name.
One world, one community. We making history. Upland Legion,
Marching with the energy. Too stupid for Web3. Upland Legion. Facts assemble.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Commissioner's Corner. The first one this season, well, because last week we had a few technical difficulties and wasn't able to get on, but it's nice to see everybody. Joining me, of course, Ant-Man 89 and my good friend SC Kicker down at the bottom. What up, gentlemen? How we doing?
Doing good, man. I was feeling at home last week with the technical difficulties. That was amazing.
Yes, it was a rough time.
I thought it was Sunday.
Yeah, it did seem to be going around there for a little while, but it looks like things kind of got worked out this past week. We were able to go live Friday, so I was pretty happy about that.
Absolutely.
You know,
I was a little nervous. Other than
the fact that I was absolutely miserable the entire time. But it was all good. We made it through the races. Actually, it's fairly event free, I guess. A couple people having connection issues, but we had nobody take a penalty, which was awesome. And
Nice.
Yeah, Cal Trading Co. coming out on top with a win, which was super awesome. Crowley 27 grabbing second place. And who was third? I don't remember who third was. I'm going to shoot myself now.
Man, it's contagious. No.
Yeah, no, I'm totally drawing a blank.
I know fourth was Chian.
Yeah. Hold on, because I got it at my fingertips. If I just go back and look. Oh, JH 2271. How could I forget JH?
Oh,
How did I forget that?
Dude, he's been
My man, JH grabs third, and I completely drew a blank on that one. I'm sorry, bro. But yeah, first, second, third, Cal Trading Co. Crowley and JH. June, in fourth. Glizzy World grabbed fifth. So great racing, all in all, considering the issues that we had starting things out for the week, having to change tracks on Friday. Then
that was crazy.
And then getting more hiccups on the new track, and then the track getting changed. It was a holy shnikes, a mess, but we able to get through it, and we're all good now.
Absolutely.
New week, new track. That's what I like to see. But we might as well just jump right over into it, and we'll talk about this. Where to go? Wait a minute. Now, see, I can't get through a show without something going wrong. Hold on. It's almost like we were off for 2 months or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say the just being back jitters.
Right? But we are at Road Rager Square this week. This is an Ant-Man 89 special down in Los Angeles, California. This is 2.06 miles. Only 12 turns, not a lot of turns. Some of them smooth, some of them sharp. A couple of nice boost spots. What do you think, Ant-Man? That's pretty. Fast track. I mean, Foreskin put up a nasty time.
He did. Oh man, I was looking at that score that he put up. I'm like, man, is that a glitch? And then I'm like, wait a minute, no, this is Foreskin, bro. Like,
what was his time?
I believe it was like
we'll
6 seconds.
We'll talk about it in just a minute. But he was 6 seconds faster than second place.
Damn.
So it was he put up a nasty time. But yeah, we might as well just jump right over into that because Foreskin with a 190.71, which translates into whatever couple of minutes. Just a really, really fast time. KO Ninja getting right up there this week. He went into the semis last week, had a really decent week, and then jumps in there in second place this week with a 196.679. And then Wander grabbing that third place position, only a second back. So pretty tight, not as tight as it has been. We're about 13 seconds from first to 18th. So not quite as tight as it has been in the past, but pretty tight anyway. But I think everybody's still getting back into the flow of racing, trying to get used to the cars a little bit again, because, you know, everything changes on a regular basis. So trying to get everybody back into the cars and get used to being out on the track again and working the cars and working their positions. Last week, one of the ones that didn't make the final that you have never seen miss a final yet, except for once when he ran the wrong car, City Pigeon, finishing in 7th place last week, not making the final. And, you know, I
It definitely stood out.
Yeah, 5th in qualifying this week, so back to his old usual ways on this track. So we'll see if City Pigeon can make a comeback this week. So it is a rough track. It is, it's fun and it's fast.
It can be really tricky if you get too relaxed.
And just another notable. So if you look further down that leaderboard, in the 16th position is Mike Benzie, who made his first final last week. Very nice run for Mike Benzie. And again, up in the semis again this week. So, very good job. And I got to put a huge shout out to Vape High Guy making it up there at the 17th position. And he did it through a hurricane. So my hats off to that guy, man. But
absolutely,
Anyway,
prayers go out to you, Vape, man.
Yeah, prayers going out to Vape and the family and everybody over in Hawaii who's having issues with the storms that came through over the weekend. Hopefully, they're able to get things situated back out again. But Hawaii has just been getting pounded literally in the last year, more than usual. So. This is not the first storm that I've heard about Vape going through, and probably won't be the last, but we certainly do wish him and his family well, and everybody out on the islands, stay safe. But let's talk about where we are with the heats this week. That puts Foreskin as our number one starter in heat number one, along with Glizzy World, Cruiserito, Crowley 27, who was our runner-up last week, looking to make another move this week. D684D, a name we haven't seen up there in a few weeks, going back to Blossom season, made a couple of appearances there, but making a very nice run up on the leaderboard this week in heat number one, along with JR Wheels, who just barely squeaked in there because things were getting pushed around there at the very end. I know Trendy put up a time very late, and Mike Benzie put up a time extremely late. So it was pushing it. Heat number two, KO Ninja, our starter here, along with City Pigeon, Cuddy Bow, Boy Dern, Tune 307, and Vape High Guy. Boy Dern making another appearance in the semifinals once again. A lot of these names very familiar to everybody, but it's nice to see names pop in and out as we go through this, and it's but these guys are tough. It's a tough league, and these guys are pros for sure. And then heat number three, Wander 1976, a veteran from way back in the heat with Batista, Cal Trading Co., our last week's winner, and JH 2271, our last podium spot from last week, along with Quade 18, and our man Mike Benzie, who put up the late time to get into the semis. So this is going to be an interesting heat, especially with Cal Trading Co. and JH in there, and then Wander, our seasoned veteran, in there as well. I think this is going to be a fairly tough heat. My heat of the race is going to be heat number two, though, because this one is going to be rough. KO Ninja is obviously good on this track, put up a monster time, and then he's got to go in there and contend with City Pigeon and Cuddy Bow, along with Vape High Guy. These guys are in here constantly in the semifinals. We see their names a lot. We've seen June pop up in there recently as well, the last couple of weeks. So this, to me, is probably one of the toughest heats we got going on this weekend.
Boy, Dern has got his hands full.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely quite the matchup, man. I think it's very evenly split out, separated out. I've been digging the heats lately. They've been awesome.
Yeah, it definitely is an interesting mix, because it mixes up. It's a snake assignment, so it snakes its way through the final 18. But it certainly has created some very interesting matchups going through here, and some really tough heats for some, just incredible racing by everybody, that made it up into the top 24. Some notables that are in the top 24, they're going to get points, they're going to get paid. Tiny C420 made it to the 19th position, just barely getting beat out by 0.5 of a second. So she was almost in the semis. Akapropi in that 20th position put up a great time early. I actually thought that time was going to stick, but boy, was I wrong. Man, that thing tanked in a hurry. AKA Nine Fingers back in the mix. SC jumping up there in that 22nd position, along with Funky Beats, and again Trinity Prop getting up there in the 24th spot. So going to get paid, going to earn points towards the end of the season. So it's not a bad thing. Top 24 is what you're striving for. Top 18 is where the big money comes in. So
I can't believe I made that top 24. I thought I had no chance. That was the second run I ran to get that
really
time. And then I ran like 3 other ones. I didn't have any time this week. We moved my son into college and we had camps, and I didn't even think I was going to make close to the board.
Right.
I think when you guys race so much with each other, it starts to it gets to a point where it's hard to tell how good you are. Like, I think you guys are way better than sometimes you give yourself credit, man. You guys are tough.
I would agree. I would, and KO is starting to become very, very consistent as a driver here as of late. He finished off Blossom season very consistently, and then has just brought that into Sizzle beginning this year off. So
absolutely,
very, very tough driver. He just needs he's very, very close to a breakthrough win. I think it's going to happen here pretty soon. And same with USC. I think that, you're sneaky good depending on the track and depending on the car that you're using. And, it doesn't surprise us when you pop off a good one. These guys, but also too, these guys have been around racing literally since we started. These are some of the original ones. Wander 1976. The Ninjas are all part of the original group of racers that have been around since the very start. JH2271 is another one. There's a few of them out there that have just been around forever, seemingly, and so they can pop off a sneaky one and jump up there and bite anybody. Consistency is key, and sometimes it's difficult when you got real life to deal with too. So
I will be back in the mix next week. My schedule just leveled out.
Yeah,
kids are back to school, so I will be back next week.
Oh man, you guys is in trouble. I hope the other racers heard that, man.
I don't care. I don't care. I just want to beat KO. I don't care about anybody else. I just want to beat KO.
Right. It's going to say their rivalry between their internal rivalry greatly outweighs any outside interference. I can tell you that.
Absolutely.
I'm bulking up. I got my sorbet going after dinner here. I'm trying to bulk up for my match against KO. And
it's too funny. Also, too, I did want to go ahead and bring this up. We had kart racing again this week. This is, just so everybody knows, this is not, I'm told that this is the final board, but until we get an official announcement from Upland, this is speculation on my part, but I'm guessing it's probably pretty accurate. Sant Mago grabbing first place after a second place spot last week. jumping right up there. Swirly 129, switching spots with him and grabbing second, with Aldarian grabbing third. Aldarian was fourth last week, and Cyberman 1976 was third, and they have flip-flopped as well. So an interesting change up for week number 2 in karts. But this should be finalized tomorrow, but I'm certain that this is going to be the final standings for karts. So congratulations to Sant Mago, Swirly 129, and Aldarian for the 1, 2, 3 on the karts.
I'm a little disappointed. I was expecting to see Smitty up here on the karts.
Ooh.
Oh dear God. Just had to go there. Oh man. Yeah, definitely, JH. It is really good to see new names up there on the kart board. Hoping that to get more and more racers. I see a lot of new drivers that are coming in the channel here in the last couple of weeks. So, and I also see all of our veteran drivers in there giving them tips, helping them understand how things are going, helping them, get into racing. It's super, super cool, super awesome. And look at it this way: the more people that we have in racing, the more challenging it becomes, the funner it becomes, and the bigger the prize pools become. So
Absolutely.
It's just awesome that everybody in the community is welcoming all these new drivers into the mix, and it's nice to see them getting up on these leaderboards like this. Hopefully that means that we'll see them in a 260 MPS vehicle eventually. Coming soon.
Yep.
Yeah, these guys are moving up, man. That's
Right
just
on.
a natural progression. You start beasting in the cards, man. That's the only way. Next way to go, man.
Right. All right, so let's talk predictions. What are you guys thinking? We'll bring these heats back up. We got some picks for the week. What do you think? SC, how about you?
Ooh, man, this is going to be a good. You can never count CP out.
Mhm.
I'm honestly feeling KO this week because I feel like it might be KO. I don't know what his work schedule is Friday, so that really does play into it, because I know a lot of times that's like prime time teaching for him. When are the races on Friday this week?
We are 1:30 p.m. Eastern time this week, 10:30 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, I'm taking
7:30
KO.
Eastern.
That's not in the middle of
so-
his classes.
Right. So he'll have plenty of time.
Right on.
So yeah. So everybody, don't forget 1:30 p.m. Eastern this week, 10:30 a.m. Pacific is where our finals race time is. Don't be late. Have all your stuff ready to go. Make sure you got your PC cleaned out, your cookies cleaned out, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, these races they move fast, man. You definitely don't want to be late for one of these races.
Yeah.
All right. So SC is calling it for KO Ninja, his greatest rival, but also his biggest fan this week. What do you think, Ant-Man?
I'm thinking that CP is probably going to try to make a comeback, man. But honestly, Foreskin and KO. I mean, it seems like this is their track, man. Like this might be the track that
1 and 2
highlights their personal skills or their personal attributes the best. But I don't know. It's going to be a mashup.
So many
I
good
think one
racers
of
in
those
here.
two. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a toss up between anybody, but that's just my guess. That's my guess.
Wow, this is this is a tough one because I mean, man, yeah, man, this one is really tough. This one's very tough. I'm gonna say KO is in the top 3, for sure. I'm gonna say City Pigeon probably in the top 2.
All right.
But I'm gonna take an outside dark horse on this one, and I'm gonna say that JR Wheels for the win.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
Because he qualified 18th, but I think he's got something more in the tank. And I think this track suits him. So We'll
All
see.
right.
But
Love it.
I guess top three, I would have to go KO, not in any order. I kind of think KO is going to take it, but City Pigeon and Wanderer.
ooh, there.
Those
See
are
that?
my top three. Or Jesus, one of their four.
Right.
You guys are making me want to change mine. I'm gonna stick with what I got. Though. I got my top three: City, KO, and Foreskin. But oh man,
So Vape High Guy has got City Pigeon, Cow Trading Co., and JH2271.
Probably just jinxed all those drivers.
Man, so I mean, I think Vape could be onto something too there. I mean, it's I don't know. It's
so
honestly,
many good racers. Guys.
honestly,
Vape is racing through hurricanes, man. He could be the one.
Right. Right. I mean, Vape made it all the way into the finals through a hurricane.
He might have an extra tailwind coming in.
Yeah, he might be ready to come out there and kick some butt this weekend. So, it's so many great racers, so many great races out there to be had. Don't forget, join us once again, 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the Metaverse Racing News Network. And I don't know. Till then, what do you think, guys?
Later, guys.
That's it. All right. Well, good luck.
Excited,
Yeah.
man.
And shout out to Vape. Hope everything's well there for your family and
For sure.
friends in that area. I know you guys are getting pounded a little bit there. It's just been like 2 weeks of this crap for them.
Yeah.
Didn't they just have a hurricane?
Well, I don't know if it was 2 weeks ago, but it wasn't that long ago. There was another. They had a big tropical storm. I don't think it actually made it to a hurricane. I might be wrong.
Okay.
But, I know there was a big tropical storm that happened towards the beginning of the year because it happened. I can't remember if it was blossom season or the season before, but they had another big storm at the beginning of the year where he was. They really took a pounding then too. And I know it's been. Some heavy rains and stuff through there throughout the entire season, which is not a normal thing out there. I lived in Hawaii for a little while when I was a kid, and I remember, it rained every day at like 2:00 for 15 minutes, and then it was hot and muggy and whatever. And I remember some pretty bad storms, but not anything like that. You never saw hurricanes. You never saw, those big tropical storms come through there like that. I feel for Vape and that's a tough situation. So
yeah, I feel like every time I hear storm this year, it's in Hawaii. It's been crazy. How's your guys' weather been? Have you been getting the rain up there?
Not really. We had one good tropical wave come through that dropped about 2 inches, but I mean, really, that's nothing compared to what they've been getting.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We got a little bit of rain, but we were hoping for it up in Nevada. We've been having a lot of fires next to us over in California and stuff.
Yeah. Vape says 2 feet plus of rain in the last 3 days.
Ooh,
24
the
plus
attack of the
inches of
Titan.
rain.
That's a lot of rain. A lot of rain. We've had a crap ton of rain here, but we were so dry. I mean, our lakes are all so far down. They look like a beach.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, all right, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We'll see everybody on Friday evening or Friday afternoon for races. And until then, I'm Mass Chef, Ant-Man, SC Kicker. We'll see you on the track. Have a good night, everybody.
Later,
guys.